क्व सृष्टिः क्व च संसारः क्व साध्यं क्व च साधनं क्व साधकाः क्व सिद्धिर्वा स्वस्वरूपे ऽहमद्वये. Where is creation and where is destruction? Where is the end and where is the means? Where is the seeker and where is the accomplishment for me? Abiding in my own non-dual nature. Creation happens when God creates, sṛṣṭiḥ. Destruction happens when God wills to take back the creation to Him, pralaya. In our own daily life, exactly the same thing happens. When our mind, in its agitation, in its ego and desire, projects itself to perceive objects, at that moment my world is created by my mind. When the mind, either in samadhi or in deep sleep, is free of agitation, desire, and is at rest, my world is dissolved for my mind in that state, either samadhi state or deep sleep state. Thus, every day, once or few times, we create the world with our mind. Every night at sleep, we dissolve the world when our mind is at rest. So, it is clear, for projecting and perceiving the world, the mind is required. Mind is the screen, the medium in which the play of the world is projected, or where the play of the world is switched off. A sage who abides in self has transcended the mind. So, for him, there is no medium available for projecting the world and to withdraw from the world. Where is creation for him, and therefore, where is destruction of creation for him? The one who has transcended the mind. For such a sage, in his state of wholesome completion, where are the means, sadhana, and where is the end, realization? Where is even the one who is engaged in sadhana, when the sage has gone beyond the sadhana and the goal of sadhana? There is no sadhana for him, there is no sādhakaḥ in him, there is no means for him, there is no end to be achieved by him. Non-dual or absence of vasanas and desires are too subtle to know each moment, but whether I am complete, whether I am in a state of total fulfillment within, that I can definitely relate and know. Since I am complete, I can say, that means I means the sage is saying, since I am complete, I can say there is no other thing in the creation for me to seek anything from it for more completion. Completion here cannot be in degrees, in gradation. Completion means wholesome fulfillment, wholesome completion. And hence, there is nothing apart from me. Now, for a situation which was given to few sadhakas long back from India in 2021, where he was seated in the Hanuman temple, and from there this particular situation emerged. He said, visualize that a jiva and a jivan mukta both are seated in the temple and both are in meditation, and even the jiva, say, is almost aligned with consciousness and is at peace. Just visualize your state is almost similar to the state of a jivan mukta. Now for a jiva, for both of them, certain thing which they desired, the jiva may continue to desire even now. The jivan mukta in his earlier life, that means in his pre-realization era, suppose something was very close to his heart, that object or that being, and for a jiva, a thing which he continues to desire, for both of them, that object or that being come in front of them. What will happen to a jiva? As soon as he sees the object, his impression stored about his previous experience with that object or that human being creates a vritti, a thought pattern or a disturbance within. This thought pattern happens with no time gap between the moment he sees the object and the moment the thought arises. It is as though both are happening at the same moment. There is a disturbance in the consciousness. That is, there is a ripple in consciousness. Like how we see the ripple in a calm lake when we throw a stone from a side. There are few ripples or many ripple or one ripple caused. Similarly, with this ripple in consciousness, he is now awake to the creation in his waking state. What happens in case of a jivan mukta when a certain thing which he desired in the past comes in front of him? We know the process in the seer scene in Dridrishya Viveka. Senses is a seer, objects are seen. Mind is the seer, senses are seen. Consciousness is the seer, mind is seen. This is what, okay. Before that, one more thing is there. Eyes. Okay, even that eyes or whatever side, that is covered in the senses. So we can start with this. Seer seen. Senses seer, object seen. Mind seer, senses seen. Consciousness seer, mind seen. For a jiva, the cycle goes up to the mind and he is not able to reach the last seer seen. He is not able to reach the seer of the mind, the pure consciousness. Whereas for a Jivan Mukta, the cycle is completed with senses, the seer, and objects, the seen. Afterwards, there is no second cycle. The objects do not go and disturb the mind. So, this mind being the seer and senses being the seen, this does not happen in case of a Jivan. Objects come before him, like we said, a desired object of the past appears before him. Of course, his eyes will see or his ears will hear physically. Those senses are seen, and then instantly whatever is seen and whatever the senses have seen or heard or touched or smelled, immediately they go and get dissolved in the state of consciousness that he exists as. There is no mind which comes in between to cause a ripple in consciousness. So, there is no vritti, there is no thought pattern, there is no disturbance created at all. So, what is the goal for sadhakas? A goal prior to the ultimate goal of self-realization. They have the creation, they have their senses, they have their mind, they have their intellect. But nothing seen, nothing heard in life should create the vritti, thought waves, which go on to create a ripple in consciousness or a disturbance in consciousness. The moment any object is seen or perceived, and before it goes and touches the mind, and the mind pushes the indriyas to further act, at that time sadhakas should take it up as a challenge to draw themselves inward, get into any one of the milestone sessions given by their guru, or focus on their chosen God and then cut it off at that level, not allowing whatever is perceived by senses to go and hit their mind, to cause a disturbance, a ripple in consciousness. If the sadhakas can continuously practice this one thing, then surely a day will come when they can experience extended time of existence as pure awareness consciousness. For the jiva, it was awareness of objects. For a jivan mukta, we saw he is in a state of objectless awareness. Awareness is common in both. Even the vritti for a sadhaka, for a jiva, is illumined by consciousness only. But then the consciousness witnesses disturbance. So the consciousness gets, what can we say? The consciousness gets, it can never get dirty. The consciousness gets shadowed or veiled by the vritti or the disturbance or the ripple caused. Let's see if we have anything in the book. Chinmaya is again referring to the Mandukya Karika verse, on which, if you remember, with reference to the seer seated on the river bed, a whole little pour was given in English as well as in Tamil. He is referring to that Mandukya Karika verse in this particular verse. Na nirodha, na cha utpatti, na baddho, na cha sādhaka. Because here also he said na sādhyaṃ, na sādhakaḥ. Na mumukshur na vai mukta, ityesha paramartatha. There is neither dissolution nor creation, neither anyone in bondage, nor any aspirant for wisdom. Neither can there be any seeker for liberation, nor any liberated as such. This alone is the supreme truth. And this verse beautifully aligns with this verse, which again says, where is creation, where is destruction, where is the seeker, and where is the accomplishment. Hari Om Tat Sat.